Memphis is wildin' again. At least that's what the streets are saying. A new clip just popped up online, blurry and chaotic, and social media can't stop talking about it. People online claim the man in that footage might be connected to Dolph, maybe even family, though nobody's confirming anything. The talk is wild, and it's spreading fast. Some say it shows someone who's been laying low ever since the empire crumbled. The rumor mill's spinning hard, saying it might link to a move that allegedly ended C-Money's life. But whether that footage is real or not, in Memphis, that hardly matters. Out here, rumors travel faster than truth, and this one's reopened wounds that never really healed. You can feel the tension crawling back through every neighborhood, every barbershop, every phone call. To understand how deep this energy runs, you gotta go back a bit. This story isn't just about a shaky video or random street gossip. It's about years of loyalty, betrayal, and tangled bloodlines. Before the paper route name became legendary, before all the fame and the shine.
What happened, gang? They just said my nigga got killed. No, for how long? Come on, let's go. Who said that? How?
Dolph had a circle. Family, close friends, and day ones who moved with him like soldiers. But when fame hits, everything changes. Once Dolph started rising higher, the vibe around him reportedly shifted. Across town, Yo Gotti's CMG crew had already built their own movement. Two powerful camps with money, muscle, and pride. And everyone in the city knows, Memphis isn't big enough for both. That's where C-Money enters the story. C-Money was known across circles, respected in his own lane. He had connections tied to both sides, PRE and CMG. And in a city divided by loyalty, that's dangerous territory. Some say he tried to move carefully, balancing both worlds. But in Memphis, that kind of play often turns risky fast. Then came the tragedy that changed everything. Dolph's passing. The city froze, silence hit the streets, and even people far from the beef felt the shock. Memphis didn't just lose a star, it lost an energy, a voice that meant something to the whole community. After that day, the city split clean down the middle. PRE supporters on one side, CMG followers on the other. Everyone had their own version of what went down, their own theory, their own name to blame. But in the middle of that silence, the whispers kept building.
Breaking news now. Family confirming to Fox 13 News that a Memphis rapper, C-Money, was killed in that shooting.
Who was truly loyal, and who was just clout chasing behind the scenes. Now, the heat's back again. New rumors, new clips, new screenshots spreading across timelines like wildfire. Just days ago, talk about fast cash C-Money's tragic death flipped the city upside down again. Word online is that he was on the verge of something major. Possibly a deal that could have changed his path forever. But before anything could unfold, things took a dark turn. People online are now speculating all kinds of angles, with some even whispering about old connections and family ties. But at this point, it's all conversation. Nothing confirmed, nothing solid. Still, in Memphis, whispers alone can shake the streets like an earthquake. Nothing in this story has been confirmed by authorities. There are no named suspects, no arrests, and officially, the case remains unsolved. But anyone familiar with Memphis knows this city has a way of repeating its own history. Around here, stories don't fade.
Niggas be asking all the time why I don't go back to Memphis that much. But when I do go back to Memphis, bro, I pop in and I pop back out. I don't be telling nobody I'm there, none of that, so. Anyways, fuck. What time is it? It's gonna be 1? What time you usually be going to sleep? You be staying up late though.
I be up a little late, yeah.
Me too. We'll figure out some shit to do or kick it.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
They wait for new faces to carry them on. Everyone knows about that long-standing tension between Yo Gotti's CMG camp and Dolph's paper route empire, a rivalry that stretched far beyond music into pride, power, and neighborhood loyalty. It's more than rap. It's legacy, emotion, and ego all mixed into one. That back and forth energy between CMG and PRE has echoed through tracks, videos, and block conversations for years. Every time it seems to cool off, something happens to stir it up again. So, when online rumors started spreading about C-Money right before he was said to be close to something big with Gotti's side, people naturally began speculating. The city thrives on stories, and this one was too big to ignore. Now the streets feel divided again. Some voices online claim this might be another chapter in a rivalry that refuses to die, a symbolic message sent without words. Others believe it could have been personal, something outside the industry altogether. Nobody really knows, but the timing feels too wild to overlook. What's really turning up the heat are the claims from people close to the scene, who insist the situation wasn't random. There's talk of jealousy, fear, and old grudges, all that heavy energy colliding at once. But right now, it's all speculation, all street talk, and nothing more. What's known for sure is that Memphis hasn't felt the same since that day the tragedy hit. The city's rhythm feels off, like it's holding its breath. Law enforcement is reportedly still investigating, and people close to CMG have chosen to stay quiet. Some say that silence speaks volumes. Others say it's just respect for the process. Either way, it's heavy. When the footage connected to C-Money's final night surfaced online, it didn't just trend, it sent shockwaves through social media. One day, he was being celebrated and seen with people tied to his dreams. The next, he was being mourned across the internet. The city's vibe shifted instantly. People started debating what really happened, connecting dots that may not even exist, and pulling theories out of every corner. C-Money had been known as a rising artist from Memphis, someone with a real story and authentic sound. His grind had begun catching attention beyond the city, and many fans believed it was only a matter of time before a major label came knocking. Word online was that Yo Gotti's CMG Records might have been that opportunity, a step into the big leagues with bigger budgets and exposure. Fans were hyped, calling him next up behind names like Moneybagg Yo and Black Youngsta. It felt like his moment was finally here. Proof that someone real from the trenches could make it out. But in Memphis, success stories can flip quick. The footage that made its way online told a tragic story of celebration turning to chaos. Laughter fading into panic. Out of nowhere, according to people who claimed they were nearby, a car allegedly rolled up slow. Windows down, and within seconds chaos broke loose. The clip that's been circulating online shows confusion, shouting, and people running in every direction. Whatever happened that night, it happened fast, and nobody was ready for it. Online posts describe the scene as heartbreaking. Some viewers say the person believed to be C-Money fell where he stood after several shots were fired. Others say the video doesn't show enough to be sure of anything. By the time emergency services arrived, based on reports from locals, it was already too late to save him. The moment that started as celebration reportedly ended in heartbreak, captured forever in a few blurry seconds that spread across the internet like wildfire. When that clip hit social media, questions exploded even faster than the video itself. Why now? Who could have done this? Theories came flooding in from every direction. Screenshots, voice notes, and supposed messages flooded timelines, most unverified. But everyone had an opinion. The streets are saying the truth's already known, but that it's not safe to speak on it yet. Neither CMG nor PRE affiliates have issued any public statements, and that silence feels heavy. To many in Memphis, silence can mean anything: respect, fear, or the calm before another storm. And that's what's scaring people most, because around here, every headline can come with payback. The question isn't just who pulled the trigger, it's who's next. From the Dolph situation to every smaller neighborhood clash, people keep noticing how these stories seem to circle back to the same few names and crews. C-Money, they say, got caught in the middle of something much bigger than music, a world where fame and loyalty often collide. Now fans are in full-blown debate mode. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everyone's talking, arguing, dissecting rumors like detectives. Some call it just another case of a rising rapper gone too soon, while others are suggesting something deeper, a kind of dark cloud over CMG's come-ups. A few even refer to it as a curse, pointing out patterns where tragedy seems to strike right when the momentum's highest. Of course, none of this has been proven. It's all speculation. But one thing's certain, the silence is making the whispers louder. With no official answers and no arrests, fans are left questioning whether that CMG opportunity might have drawn unwanted attention, or if this was something personal, something that had nothing to do with music at all. Because in Memphis, lines blur quick. Fame can mix with old street politics before anyone even realizes it. And once that happens, success stops being a blessing. It becomes a target. People in the city say it's the same story over and over. Once you start shining too bright, someone somewhere wants to turn the lights off. That's the hard truth about Memphis. Success often comes with a shadow. Every smile, every win, every flashy moment can draw eyes, both good and bad. The city's history has shown that when ambition and ego collide, peace never lasts for long. And until people start breaking that cycle, stories like this one will keep haunting the same streets. Over the years, countless rising artists from Memphis have seen their dreams cut short. Each story ending the same way. Too soon, too sudden, too familiar. Now C-Money's name echoes among those memories. But this isn't just about one artist. It's about a cycle that keeps spinning through the city, like a song that never stops replaying. The pattern feels painfully familiar. A young rapper finally breaks through, signs the big deal, flashes a bit of success, and before they can even celebrate, tragedy strikes. A new mural goes up, another hashtag trends, and the city sighs because it's seen it all before. Every time, the same haunting questions ripple through social media and the streets alike. Who did it? Why that night? Was it jealousy, revenge, or something even deeper? In Memphis, motives rarely sit on the surface. They live between loyalty, pride, and old grudges that never die. People talk about ego, fear, and money, all tangled together in ways only the streets understand. Everyone's got a theory, but real answers? They're buried beneath years of pain and silence. Instead of touring the world or celebrating a deal, C-Money should have been living the dream he fought for. Instead, what's left are memories replayed on screens. A clip that people can't stop watching, no matter how much it hurts. Another family grieving. Another community mourning. Another reminder that in this world, success can come with danger attached. It wasn't supposed to be like this. People say C-Money came from the struggle, turned pain into motivation, and built something from nothing. His journey inspired others to keep pushing, to keep believing they could make it out too. That's what makes this so heavy, the idea that someone who worked so hard could have it all snatched away before he truly got his moment. Now, once again, Memphis feels the weight of loss. Another promising voice silenced before reaching full potential. Streets, fans, and fellow artists are left reflecting, wondering if this was jealousy, an old conflict catching up, or something more calculated beneath the surface. Nobody knows for sure, and that uncertainty is what keeps the conversation alive. The community keeps asking if there's something larger happening within the Memphis rap scene, something beyond music, something tied to history that keeps repeating itself. The tension, the loss, the silence, it all adds up to an uneasy truth. In Memphis, even success can come with shadows. As the city mourns another young artist, one thing is clear: the streets are paying attention. Every move, every silence, every post is being watched and analyzed. People are cautious, waiting to see what happens next, hoping the cycle finally stops here. So what really happened? Was it jealousy? An old score being settled? Or something way bigger, buried beneath the surface of fame and power? No one can say for sure, but the conversation isn't over. The streets are still talking, and Memphis, once again, is holding its breath.